Hello and welcome to the Let It Right podcast, the professional property letting podcast for landlords, tenants, and anyone with ears. I'm your host, Miles, and today we are talking pets with...
Claire Shamrock.
Hey, I'm Claire. Who are you? Just to remind us.
I'm the director at The Right Property.
We're a nation of dog, cats, and reptile lovers, what it says here. And many tenants keep furry or scaly friends as part of the family. So we're talking pets on this week's show. We're going to dive into the subject of keeping an animal in your home and on the tenancy. You and I have got pets.
Yes.
Yes. What do you mind me asking? What pet do you have, or pets?
Well, I don't really like to call her a pet. She's more like my baby, to be honest.
Yeah.
She's the most beautiful golden retriever, and she's called Bella.
She's delightful. I've met her. Yeah, she's lovely. I've got a couple of cats who are swines, but I love them nonetheless. Yeah. Before we even get into it, I'm just going to say, I think I prefer dogs at my house if I was a landlord, which I'm not, than I would cats, because my cats have absolutely destroyed my carpets, my upholstery, my sofas. Yeah, completely.
I mean, if you're really honest, as much as I adore pets, they're always going to have some effect on the property. Cats do scratch.
Yeah.
People say they don't. They buy them scratching posts, that kind of thing, but they do. And dogs, it's largely dependent on owner care, to be honest with you, keeping their bedding clean and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But if they're puppies, of course, they're going to bite doors, they're going to scratch, they're going to dig, they're going to do a lot of stuff.
And they are a bit whiffy.
I know.
Certainly wasn't sure.
She smells gorgeous.
I don't doubt it for a second. Okay, so what's the law then on keeping a pet at your rented property? How do you get a dog or a cat or a snake in then?
Well, you obviously have to ask the landlord's permission and cannot reasonably refuse. But that said, there are a lot of considerations with accepting a pet, i.e. whether it's actually suitable for a pet to live in.
Absolutely.
You know, if you'd like to keep your cart horse in a top floor flat, there are going to be a certain amount of issues surrounding that. Not only the fact of getting it in and out of the lift and in the communal area, there's also a head lease to consider, and usually they don't accept pets
a
lot of flats.
And that supersedes basically the latest law, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
If it says no pets, no pets. That's it. It's a blanket rule for everyone. So yeah, since the Renters' Writers Act, which came into enforcement this May, wasn't it? Everyone has the right to request a pet, and the landlord cannot unreasonably refuse that request. How do they have to put that request to the landlord?
They have to put it in writing to us. We've got an extensive sort of checklist because not only, for the landlord, but for a duty of care towards the pets. We need to know whether the pets are going to be left at home. If you've got a dog, are you going to leave it at home all day? Well, no, hopefully not, because obviously that's not suitable most of the time. Is it going to bark? Is it going to upset the neighbours? So our questionnaire is actually quite detailed. What type of pet is it? Has it got its latest vaccinations? Has it ever bitten anyone or scratched anyone? Yeah. All of that sort of stuff needs to be very much considered for the well-being of the residents nearby and for the well-being of the pet. Yeah,
spot on. So yeah, get a history, specify the breed, has to be in writing. Why can't they keep a pet? For what reasons? You said already, like impracticality. You can't have a rhino on the top floor of a flat or whatever, or you can't. Most times, cats in top floor flats is a bit of a no-no just because ultimately, it can be deemed as a bit cruel to the animal itself, not letting it have its freedom.
Absolutely. A lot of people do keep what they call, house cats. Obviously, that's entirely up to the individual, but the suitability, as you say, Miles, is really foremost the animal welfare. If you've got a dog and it's a flat and there's no garden, where are you going to let it out in the night if it needs to have a wee? All of that kind of thing really needs to be taken into consideration. So it's not merely sometimes the fact that the landlord doesn't want pets in the property, but it might be the fact that it's just not suitable.
Absolutely. Yeah. They must provide, and us as well as an agent for that landlord, the reasons why they have made that decision in writing back to them as well. Now, the problem at the moment, I think, really is you can't unreasonably withhold it, but there is no legal fixed definition of unreasonable. It's very nebulous, and no one wants to become a test case. So you have to give those sort of line reasons. And I think you should, really, if you're denying someone their furry companion, you should give them those reasons and as ironclad as you possibly can. But yeah, it comes under the Equality Act if you need an assistant dog.
Yes, absolutely. Obviously, assistance dogs, guide dogs, those animals, you cannot refuse them, of course. And again, the property needs to be suitable for the animal.
Mm.
You can't refuse them, but you wouldn't look, I wouldn't say if you were a person in that situation, again, to have any dog in a place where you can't let it out at night or there's no communal area, there's no garden. That kind of thing has to be considered.
Mm. And can they charge more rent for having a pet at the
No,
No.
absolutely not. No.
Very illegal. So please don't do that. And if you are a landlord considering doing that, don't, because you're going to find yourself in incredibly hot water. Speaking of water, fish. This is a weird one. I've looked through lots of different tenancy agreements. Fish is never mentioned.
No, and to be honest, it's a really crazy thing because, as you know, Miles, I've been doing this for 20 plus years, and fish can actually be quite problematic because tenants can clean the fish tank and put the water down the sink. And actually, it can contain sort of stony, gritty stuff, and that can cause issues.
Yeah, I hadn't considered that. That's absolutely, yeah.
I've had a case of that many years ago, but yeah, we've had a case of that.
Look at that. Your tenure brings all that experience. So yeah, reasons for withholding, as we said, it's in the head lease. You can't in practicality. And here's one, illegal pets. This is why it's so important to get a description of that pet when they write in their request. We send a form across. So I've got a quiz for you.
Oh, no.
Okay. Right. Which of the following pets are illegal to keep in the UK without a license? Can I give you three? You have to tell me which. Squirrel, hare, ostrich.
Ostrich.
Okay, ostrich. Absolutely right. Spot on. Well done. Yes.
Thank you.
It's true. Yeah. For an ostrich, you need to possess, well, you can keep one, but you need to possess a dangerous wild animal license. Now, imagine going to the landlord and saying, look, I've got this ostrich.
Yeah.
But I've got a license. Just the first word of that license is the word dangerous.
Dangerous. Yeah. Dangerous ostrich license.
Yes. No, you're right, mate. No. But also you can't just like pick up a hare or a squirrel from the streets and keep them because they're wild animals. That comes under actually the Animal Welfare Act of 2006. You can't just grab a wild animal and keep it as a pet.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it is
I'm
good. Yeah.
very pleased about that because hares are one of my particular favourite creatures, along with horses and dogs. I love hares so much.
Yeah. Okay, so question B. Right, which can you can't keep without a license? A snail, a Japanese tosa, or a chaffinch?
A Japanese tosa.
Yes, absolutely true. In fact, you can't even keep with a license. It's just completely banned.
What is it even?
It's a dog. Yeah. It's one of them dogs what spits out children's toes and then the owner says they're absolutely fuzzy. Yeah. So don't keep one of those. No, I mean, they were originally bred for fighting, which is completely unfair on the animal. So yeah, don't have that. And also a chaffinch. You can't just go and grab a wild bird and claim it's yours. It's very much contrary to the Wildlife and Countryside Act 1981.
I get birds flying into my home.
Oh, I know.
In fact, my friend came to stay the other day. After she left, I went up to the guest bedroom, just make sure the windows were closed, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I thought, gosh, she's made a mess on the white bedding. Crikey, I'm a bit surprised at her. And I realised that there's actually a bird flying around.
Real life.
Yeah.
Is it okay?
It was absolutely fine. I do the thing where I make it black and then put one window open and then they fly to the light and they fly out.
I didn't know that. That's brilliant.
Oh, it's a brilliant thing. I didn't know it for many years, but it's so horrific when they're bashing up against the window. But if you make the entire room dark and the only exit that they can see is the one that they're going to leave from, they'll fly out.
That's brilliant. The only problem is I've got incredibly cheap curtains, which is like looking through crepe paper. So it's not going to work.
You maybe need to reconsider that.
Okay, last one then. Right. Maine Coon cat, badger, or hognose snake?
Badger.
It is badger, yeah. No keeping a badger under the Protection of Badgers Act 1992. So there you go, yeah. But hognose snake, one of our tenants had one. It's the cutest little thing ever. It's barely bigger than your finger.
Really?
He's got a little pig nose. So sweet.
I'm a little bit frightened of snakes.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear. I think they're delightful.
Oh, no, I don't know what it is, but yeah. I know I love all animals,
Yeah.
but I am scared of snakes.
Fair enough. I hate house spiders, and there we are. Sorry, house spiders. We do try and just throw them out now rather than kill them.
Oh yeah, never kill anything.
No, but sometimes
Well,
if the cat's been at it and there's only got 3 legs left.
oh, I
and
used to have that with my cat.
Yeah.
Used to bring rabbits in. Woke up one day and there was a rabbit sitting on the windowsill upstairs.
Oh, was it all right?
It was okay.
Oh,
But the-
happy end to that story.
It wasn't
Gosh.
always a happy ending, but that one was absolutely fine.
Okay, excellent. So in summary then, well done, you got all 3 right.
Thank
That's
you. What do
incredible.
I get for that?
You get a bottle of horrible wine we were talking about off mic.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Can't I have a nice bottle?
All right, you can have a cat then. Have one of my cats. Other one doesn't like me. Okay, so in summary, don't advertise as no pets. That's not legal. Get any requests in writing. Get a full description of the animal in question and respond in kind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love animals. Love them.
Well, thank you so much for listening. We have been The Right Property. I'm Miles here with.
Claire.
And if you want to get in contact, please do. property@therightproperty.co.uk, or they can phone us. What's the phone number?
01271 374 062.
And do you want to say your thing?
Yeah, I do. I want to say my thing. Now, if you're with us already, if you're with The Right Property, we've got you covered. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.